Hey guys, good evening. Guys, if you're able to see my screen, just type S in the chat box so that we can get started. Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. So let's begin. Okay, so let's continue with the API testing, guys. So let's see where exactly we are so far. I was explaining in the last session about the HTTP status codes. Let me open these notes for you. So in the previous sessions, I covered 1x series, 2x series. Now we have completed 1x and 2x. We are now at the 3x series in this HTTP status codes. Fine. So here we have, I was explaining about the HTTP status codes, and I have categorized these HTTP status codes into different categories like 1x series, 2x series, 3x series, 4x series, and 5x series. 1xx, 2xx series, 3xx series, 4xx series, 5xx series. Okay, so these are the different categories of the HTTP status codes while performing the API testing. Okay, while performing this API testing, we generally have this. Okay, the whenever whatever the request you generally provide will result in any of this status codes in the response. Fine. Already covered about the 1x, already covered about the 2x. Now, in today's session, I'll be covering about 3x, 4x, and 5x. 3x series, 4x series, and 5x series HTTP response status codes I'm going to cover. Out of all this, 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, which are important, guys? Which one are major and important? Tell me. Which one are important that you should have compulsory idea about? Priority wise, which one you should have to have more knowledge about? Out of this 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x. Everyone type in the chat box. Yes, 2x is right. 2x is important. After 2x, what are other ones that are important? 2x, 4x, and 5x are important. Okay, these three status codes are compulsory, guys. Okay, 1x, 3x, whether you know or not doesn't matter, but 2x, 4x, 5x, you should definitely have the idea, because while working with while performing API testing, most of the times the API request will result in 2x, 4x, 5x only. It's very rare that 3x will come, and it's very, very rare that 1x will come. Okay. When you are working with API testing and all, most of the times we'll get the response status HTTP status codes fall into 2x, 4x, and 5x. Very rarely 3x, and very, very rare 1x. Okay. So that's the reason 2x, 4x, 5x are important HTTP status codes. We already have completed 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, and 5x are still left out, guys. So let me cover the 3x now. Okay. So let me cover the 3x before going to the 4x and 5x. Let me cover the 3x for you. So here 3x. In 3x, we have different HTTP status codes, guys. In 3x, we have different HTTP status codes. So what I can do here is, what happened? Just go back. Let me go back. Just give me a second. Yeah, the notes got closed. HTTP status codes. Okay. So we are looking into this 3x series. So as part of 3x series, I'll just open this browser and write WEB web fxhtp status codes. I'll get this link. Just go and look into this link, guys, and come to the 3x. You see here, 1x is about 1x is about what, guys? Remember, guys, everyone, 1x is about which category of status codes? Which category of status codes 1x? 1xx means which category? Yes, information. Information related, okay? Information related is 1x. What about 2x? success. Okay. Successfully processed status codes are 2x. Successfully got the information back, successfully create something on the server, successfully deleted some item on the server. Okay, that is success. Then what about 3x? What about 3x category? 3x is all about redirection. Okay, redirection. 3x is all about redirection, guys. Everyone type in the chat box 3xx is about redirection. 1xx is about information, 2xx is about success, 3xx is all about redirection. Okay, 3xx is redirection. So there are different status codes here under 3xx, but do we have to learn all of them? Do we have to learn all of these things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? No. You don't have to learn everything, guys, because if you learn everything, you will not be able to remember, right? So we have to learn something like 302 we have to learn. Okay? 302 we have to learn. Then 302 we have to learn. I think 30, just give me a second. What exactly we have to learn? 301 is one thing. 301 is one thing. 302 is another one. 307 is third one. Okay? 301, 302, 307. Let's go here. 301, 302, followed by 307. Okay, these are the three ones that we have to remember. Okay, so everyone type the status codes under 1x, 1x, 1xx series. What are the status code? What is the status code which you have to remember in 1xx? If you remember, tell me. What is the important status code under 1xx? I covered in the previous sessions. Yes, 102. Coming to 2xx, what are the important status codes we have to remember under 2xx series? 200, okay. 201 created. 2 not. After 201 what? 204 not found. Okay. 204. After no content, sorry. 204 no content. Okay. Okay. Created. No content. 102 processing. Now in 3xx, we have to remember 301 followed by 302 followed by 307. Under 3xx, you have to remember 301, 302, 307. Okay. Fine. So also type this, guys. Okay. Also type this for 3xx. 301, 302, 307, you have to remember. Okay, remember only these items. Okay, whatever I am covering here listed down at a high level, try to remember them. Other things you don't have to remember, guys. In the interviews or if someone asks you about explain about different status code, mostly you'll get the questions from these status codes only. Okay, though there are a good number of status codes, but these are the important status codes that you at least remember, so that if they ask for some examples, you can take these examples of the status codes and explain, or most of the cases they'll ask you the question from the same status codes. So 301, what is 301? 301 means moved permanently. What is 301, guys? 301 means 301 means moved permanently. What is mean by moved permanently? The API request at the server, has been moved permanently. I'll explain more about 301. Okay. Moved permanently. Click on this to get some information. You see, from this page also, you'll get some information, guys. Okay. So in this website only, you'll get the information. A 301 redirect signals a permanent move from one URL to another URL, meaning the page in question has moved locations. Okay. The original. You see, if I go to the Selenium, the current website of Selenium is what? The current website of Selenium is what, guys? The official website page of Selenium is selenium.dev. Okay. The official website of Selenium at this point of time, latest official website of Selenium is selenium.dev. Selenium test automation tool related website is selenium.dev. Was Selenium having a Selenium official website was the same olden days? Earlier days, was the Selenium website was same? Selenium.dev, or it was any other thing different? We used to have a different website address. Instead of selenium.dev URL, we used to have a different one. That is none other than seleniumhq.org used to be there. Press enter. Seleniumhq.org. What is happening, guys, when I browse for seleniumhq.org? What is happening? When I am typing seleniumhq.org here and press enter, what is happening? It's redirecting me to selenium.dev. Can you see that? Is it redirecting the old website URL? When I type selenium hq.org, it's redirecting me to the latest website, that is selenium.dev. Though you are browsing for seleniumhq.org, you are taken to selenium.dev. That means seleniumhq.org is redirected, yes or no? So here, to prove this, what I will do here is I right click here and select inspect option and go to the network tab. Okay, clear this and all. Here, I'll browse for seleniumhq.org using the old URL. This request URL is redirecting to a different URL. So when I hit enter here, it's taking you to selenium.dev. Okay, here, okay, okay, lot of different things are coming. That's okay. If I go here and close this, here you see 301 is coming. Okay. 301 is coming, guys. When I click on this, here 301, what is the response that I'm getting? Moved permanently. 301 moved permanently. Okay. So seleniumhq.org is moved permanently to selenium.dev. Okay. This is the status code we are getting here. So let's understand more about the 301. The 301 redirect helps with internal linking and site unkeep without harming the user experience. The piece of code redirects user from an old page location to the new one seamlessly. Okay. Okay. You see, if you've seen a 301 status code on a page, the target resource has been assigned a new permanent URI, that is URL, and any further future references to this resource ought to use one of the enclosed URLs. Okay, URIs. Okay. So any other information is there? Old page. When you say get old page, you will be taken to the latest web page where you will get 301. Okay, where you will get 301 moved permanently kind of stuff. I don't know whether I can try this Postman tool, but let me give it a try in the Postman, whether it works or not. Let's see. I'll go to the Postman tool and I'll open the Postman tool here first and select allow. Fine. Let me close all this stuff, close all this stuff, close, don't save. Here, get is there. That's okay. Even I will close this one also. Don't save. I'll say I'll delete this. Delete this so freshly I can create one. Add request, get request is getting created, and here I'll provide this old URL, that is seleniumhq.org. Copy this. I don't know whether I can access this on the Postman tool, but let me give it a try and click on send button to see what is happening. You see 301 moved permanently is coming. Can you see that, guys? What is the response status code? It's coming. 301 moved permanently is coming. So when I am requesting from for hq.org, selenium.dev will come here. Okay. Somebody is coming, that's okay, but it will redirect. Okay. Moved permanently will come because this URL will redirect to another URL. Okay. Fine. And also let's go to ChatGPT and find more information about this part. We can do a lot of research on this kind of topics. Okay. So 301 moved permanently, HTTP, status code. Uh, okay. Give an example. To try in Postman tool, to try in Postman tool. Already we got an example, but I'm still trying. I'm just guessing if it can give one more example, that will be great, right? The HTTP 301 mode permanently status code means that the resource requested has been permanently moved to a new URL. All the future requests should be redirected to the new URL. It's commonly used in website redirects. Okay. So there is one website endpoint is there. Steps in Postman, open Postman's method and try this. Click send. What happens? You'll get a response. Click the headers tab. The new URL will be there in the headers tag. Go to the headers tag and see whether the new URL location is there. I am not seeing any new URL here. It is the old one only. But they are saying we'll see the new URL headers tab. Postman may or may not automatically follow depending on your settings. If you want to see the 301 response clearly, turn off automatically, follow redirects. Okay. So I'll try this example and see what is happening with this example endpoint. Okay, I'll go here, click on less and then paste it here. Click on send button. Go to headers. Okay. Location, it is coming as redirect -1. Location, it's coming as, under location you'll get. What about this one? Are we getting anything in this headers as part of location? I'm not getting. Okay, location is still this one only. I'm not getting. But in this case, I'm getting. In this case, I'm getting though. Okay. So let's do one thing. Okay. In this example where I'm using get with request URL as this one, we are getting 301 moved permanently status code, but under headers, under headers in response, okay, we are not getting new redirected URL. Okay, possible reasons may be seleniumhp.org redirects via DNS or HTML meta, not HTTP headers. So in some situations it may come in some, it's not compulsory that compulsory location should come. Okay. Even though it sends up at Selenium, but might not find location header, it could be a DNS CNAME redirect, a meta refresh HTML redirect, or some JavaScript redirect in the page. Okay, or Cloudflare or something. How to confirm? Okay, using all this stuff, you can confirm, guys. Okay. Expected result if working properly, mode permanently, location, and all the stuff. This is API one. That's okay. Then location is it confirm the server didn't send it. Okay, fine. So for example, you just use this one they are saying, okay, to proper with the location header and all. If you want to experiment, this example you cannot take. So in some cases, because of some reasons, it may not come. It's saying, but in some cases, where you want to see that location is coming means they are just asking you to try this example. Okay, then you will be able to find. Okay, clear, right? Everyone clear about the 301? 301 mode permanently is clear for everyone. Yes, 301 mode permanently is clear for everyone. Okay, if the website URL is moved to another website URL, when you hit a URL, old URL, it's taking to the new latest URL. The old URL request will give you 301 mode permanently kind of response status code, HTTP response status code that I have just now shown you. Location may or may not come. Most of the cases it may come. Some cases it may not come due to the reasons they are listed. It's very technical there. Okay, we can ignore that point. Okay, great. Then let's move on to the next one. That is 302 found. Okay, the next one is what, guys? 302 found. Next one is 302 found is the next status code. 302 found. Okay, we'll try all the stuff. Right click here, select inspect option, go to network tab, clear. Again, clear. They're keeping on coming, that's okay. Clear and press enter. What is coming? All 200s are coming, you see? All 200s are coming. Nowhere I can see. I'll just try to type some other things. Anything came special. Amazon.com. 301 came. Okay. In Amazon.com, moved permanently is coming. Copy this. Where it is moved permanently, I don't know, but let me try. 301 only is coming here also in this example. Click on send. Whether I'll get the response. Okay. Go to headers and Any location is coming here. Okay, 200 okay is coming here. Okay, the one of the requests somehow it is not coming. Okay, this is the one, right? Copy this exactly. And instead of www dot, just give like this. Okay, let's see what is 301 more permanently, and headers, any location is coming. Yeah, you see it is redirecting. If you will be browsing for http colon double forward slash amazon.com, you will be redirected to same thing is coming. That's not a big deal, right? 301 more permanently is coming, maybe amazon.com. Fine then. Okay, HTTP is getting redirected. HTTPS. Small difference is there. You can see, right? HTTP is getting redirected to what? Okay, if you type HTTPS and send, still I'm getting that. Still I'm getting that. Okay, moved permanently, and whatever you type HTTP or HTTPS, they are redirecting to Amazon HTTPS. That's okay. Fine then. So any example of 302? Let's look into 302 now. Let's go to the same thing, and let's look for 302. Okay, let's look for 302. 302, I don't have an example here, guys. 302, I don't have an example. Found a website taking you to another website. Okay, website taking you to another website, which is similar to 301, right? Okay, 302 found. A website taking you to another website means maybe a third party website or something. Okay, 302 found. Can you explain with a real time example? Let's see. The resource is temporarily at a different URL. Okay, is that so? Uh, what is there in 302? Found is there. 302 found, right? 301 is permanent. 307 is temporary redirect. 302 is what? Try this URL. Try this URL, they are saying. What it does? 304 found includes a location header, example.com. Follows the redirect, it auto follows is enabled. Postman or browser follows the redirect if auto followed is enabled. Okay, so steps in Postman. Click send. Final response. 302 not found. Okay. Imagine a website like yourbank.com login. After success, the server response, the browser follows the direct to yourbank.com slash dashboard. Instead of after login, you will be taken to another website. Okay. So like that, something. Okay. So anything we have in the request.in, let's try this out. Request.in. Let's go here and scroll down here and see. I don't think so. 302, we have not seen anywhere. Login. Okay. All. Okay. So let's try this example only. For now, we have this only. Copy this. Click on plus. And here get will be there. Paste it. Click on send. 302 found is coming. Go to headers. Location is same example.com is the location. Okay, it's redirecting to this one. Okay. So we need more clarity, right? 302 found. For that, we'll go to this website and go back here and simply say 302 found. Let's find out some information about 302 found. The target resource resides temporarily under a different URI. Since the redaction might be altered on occasion, the client ought to continue to use the effective request. This is all about redirection only, guys. Actually, this category is all about redirection, right? 3xs is all about redirection. So how it is redirecting is matters. Permanently redirecting. Permanently, the location has been changed. You say seleniumhq.org is permanently redirected. Okay, seleniumhq.org is permanently getting redirected to selenium.dev. So 301, 301, okay, what was that? 301 more permanently, okay, is coming. More permanently is coming for this earlier one. But this one, what about this one? Okay, 302. If the intention is to permanently redirect a user to a new page, then it's better to use a 301 redirect instead of 302. Okay. This will tell search engines that the old page has permanently moved to a new location and they should update their index accordingly. Okay. This for search engines and all. Then correct the redirect destination. Check to make sure the destination is correct and fine. If the URL is incorrect or broken, it can result in a 302 status code. Okay, we need to find. A 302 status code indicates that the request resource has been temporarily moved to a new location. This is often used for redirects when a resource is temporarily unavailable or has been moved to a different location. Okay, so temporarily you are taken to another website page. Okay, temporarily you are taken to another website page until the original works fine. Okay, we are getting redirected to some other thing. For temporary redirects, we use 302 status codes. Okay, if you want to temporarily redirect one page to a different URL for a while, okay? So that is temporary. It's moved permanently here. 302 is about what, guys? Temporarily moved, okay? Moved temporarily, okay? Or temporarily redirected, okay? This is permanent redirection. This is temporary redirection is 302 found, okay? So it's very rare to find this kind of 302 examples, guys. It's very rare to find 302 examples, okay? But whenever you came across, 302 302 found example we have seen here. You see here, you can also, the URL has been built in such a way that you see, this is a URL. You are clearly giving URL is equal to redirect it to this example website you are saying. Okay, and the parameter status code you are giving 302, then we are getting 302. This is an example only. This is an example only where you are passing the URL. Okay, redirect to is the URL. Okay, redirect to this URL you are saying. Okay, in the parameters you have provided the URL that you have to redirect this URL to which URL temporarily and what status code will come and all those details they are giving here while building this API. The developers have given that. We don't have to worry why these parameters are given, but ultimately we need to find that this particular URL is getting redirected to this particular URL. Okay. This, when you hit this URL, you'll be taken to this URL. That's what you have to understand. For a temporary purpose only, not permanently we are getting redirected. For a while only, the developers want to, when you hit this URL, URL should be taken to this URL temporarily. Okay. For a while only. Okay. Then the status code will come as the not to found. Clear everyone? Everyone clear with this not to found status code temporary redirection, okay? Due to some XYZ reasons, if the developers want to redirect a URL to another URL temporarily, then they generally use 302 found, okay? That is temporary redirection. And the final one for the redirection is 307, guys. 307. Let's go back here and go to 307 here. Moved permanently. This is permanently moved, but here it is redirection, okay? Sorry, which one? That is temporary redirect again. This is also similar, it looks like. Uh, the difference we need to find. That's fine. Since the redirection can change over time, the client ought to continue using the original effect using request for further request. The server should generate a location header field in the response containing the URL and all. This status code is similar to 3 not found except that it does not allow changing the request method from post to get. Okay. The status code is similar to 3 not found except that it does not allow changing the request method from post to get. Fine. So let's find out about 307. It is also moved temporarily. What is there in the notes here in temporary? Temporarily, this is similar to 302. This is also similar to 302, but some difference is there. We'll be finding out. Okay, finding it out. 302 found versus 307 temporarily redirect. Technical detail. Okay, temporal both are same. Request method may change from post to get in this case of 302 found when you hit post, right? The request method may change from get. Original will be preserved here. You don't have to go too technically here. Small difference are there. General temporary redirection. Temporary redirection while keeping the method same. Okay. Safe. That means post to post only will be there. Post to get or get to post won't, post to get won't be there. Something like that. Okay. So example. You are submitting a form using post and then the server responds 302 found location. Thank you. Some clients browser tools will follow the redirect using get even though the original request was post. Okay. So, so even though you are using post in the here, when you are selecting post here, when you click on send, post is actually internally considered as get only. Okay. While hitting that URL, post will be generally considered as get in kind of some cases. In some cases, some clients will do that. There is a possibility that though you put post in place of the get in this request, post may be working as get internally. But coming to the 307 redirect example, okay, so the client must use the same method. Okay, it cannot has a possibility of changing post to get internally. This guarantees safe, consistent behavior, especially important for APIs and sensitive data. Okay, so when post is there, post only should be done. But in case of this 302, get post to get may happen internally. Okay. Use 302 if you don't care about the HTTP method changing internally. Use 307 if you want to mandate that you have to use post in case of post only. Don't change the things. Okay. Yes. I want to have an example for 307. Okay. They have given an endpoint and redirection URL also they are giving. Let me copy this example. Go here and here what is redirect this will redirect to post and all they are saying method post you have to put in the previous example method which one we are giving the previous one example that I asked for. Okay, just go back. Let's go back and see. 301, this is 302 I want. This is 302. They mention anything here? Method get only, we tried the previous one. Okay, now with this one, they're asking you to use the method post. Okay, they're asking you to use a method post and the URL as this one. Okay, copy this. Go here to the API and change it to post and paste this URL and click on send. You see 307 temporarily redirect is coming. 307 temporarily redirect is coming and go to the headers and location and all. Let's see. Yeah. The here this they have given the which URL you have to get redirected to also is coming. That's fine. Okay. All good. And body. Okay, fine. Okay, they are asking it to you to enter this body also. Let's give this body. I forgot to give the body here. Body raw JSON. I'll give this and click on send. Still, I'll get 307 temporary redirect and if auto redirect is enabled, you will see a 300 OK, 200 OK. If auto redirect is disabled, then you will see 307 response with this location. With this location, we are getting under the headers. Okay. So how to set that auto redirect kind of stuff? Where are the settings? Anyone know? You see, automatically follow redirects. Okay. If you turn it on and now click on send, this time what is coming in the response? 200 OK. 307 is not coming. If you enable this setting for this request with the post and all, and if you turn it on, you'll get 200 OK. As I mentioned, right, you'll get 200 OK. And response from post will come. Okay. With the same JSON body. Okay. Yeah. You got some response here. You got the response. Okay. But if you turn it off and just run it, you'll get 307 temporarily. Okay. So with that setting, you can also try that with 302 also, guys. Okay. The same example you can try with 302 also. 30 with 307, I covered this. What will happen if you go to settings and turn on this automatic follow redirects? Okay. Fine then. So we are done with 301, 302, 307. Clear guys, what is 301, 302, 307? And mostly 302 and 307 are same with small difference as you can clearly see. 307 also temporarily redirect. 307 is temporarily redirect with small change. That is, if you are using post in the HTTP method, the same thing will reside here. Post may change to get internally. If you want that method to be safe, go with 307 instead of 302. All these things developers will take care, guys. We should have just have the knowledge. Okay. This much of knowledge is more than enough. We don't have to go too technical, but I'm trying my level best to explain everything in detail. And also the important ones you have to understand. I'm covering here so that okay, you will be able to clear your interviews in a better way. Okay, so that's the reason I'm enforcing all the stuff. Though no matter how many things I'm explaining, but at the end of the day, HTTP status codes, whatever I'm typing here, you should remember, guys. Okay, you should have the knowledge of, okay, clear cut knowledge of any question that comes with whatever the status code I'm typing here in this diagram. Okay, then the next one is what, guys? Next one is what? Which category we have in that HTTP state? We are done with the 3x series. Okay, this much is enough for 3x series. What is the next one? 4xx. 4xx. What is the 4xx stands for? What does 4xx stands for? Client error. Okay, 4xx means what? Everyone type in the chat box 4xx client error. Client error. Client side errors. Okay. You see, whenever you are using an application, either you will get some client side errors or server side errors, right? Guys, whenever you are using an application, you will get either client side errors or server side errors, right? Generally. Similarly, here, when you are hitting the API request, if there are some problems at the request level itself, whatever the details you are sending to server, in that only the problems are there, you'll get client errors. But if the client side request HTTP method and everything is correct, but when it hits the server and the server is unable to process your request and give a response properly, there is some problem at the server side, then you'll get server side errors. Okay. So when you are whatever the inputs you are putting into this Postman tool, if they are wrong and if you are clicking on send button, most of the cases you'll get client errors. Okay. Clear, guys? At a high level, what are client errors is clear? At a high level, what are client errors is clear? If there are some mistakes in the API request or HTTP method or body or whatever it may be, okay, the request body or whatever, anywhere you are doing some mistakes, okay, then you are going to get what? Client errors you are going to get. But if everything is fine and you are hitting the server and server has some problem, the server need to process the request, right? But it failed due to some error in the server. Some error is coming in the server of the server code, some error is coming, then 5x series will come. Okay, 4x will come when if you are not sending, if you are not using the API properly, if you are not sending the or hitting the API request properly, or you are hitting the API request with wrong details in the request body or wrong HTTP method you are using, wrong URL you are using, all these cases you are going to get client error. Okay, what are the different client errors you are going to get that I'm going to cover in this session? So a lot of client errors are there. You see, can you remember all these client errors, guys? Good number of client errors are there, like 28 client errors maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 into 2, 30 client errors are there. Client error status codes are there. Can you remember all? Tell me, guys, can you remember all these client errors? Is it possible to remember all these client errors? No. Right? It's not possible to remember all the client errors. We have to remember only few. What are they? I'm going to cover in this session. So here are the stuff, okay? 4x series client error. It's which is very important. Maximum defects will come here. Okay, when you are performing testing of the APIs, right, maximum amount of defects will come in this client errors, guys. So we should be aware of these things. So max defects will come in the client errors. Most important topics. The most important ones are 400, 401, 403, 404. What are the different one? 400 is the first one. 401, 403, 404. 401, 403, 404. Okay, are the important HTTP client status code errors. Okay. 400, 401, 403, 404 are the important ones. These are the important ones, guys. 400, 401, 403, 404 are the important ones. Okay. Okay. So coming to, let's go one by one. When you will get this 400, when you will get this 401, when you will get this 403, when you will get this 404. Let's see that. Okay. First, let's start with 400. Okay. Let's start with 400. 400. What does 400 stands for? Okay. 400 means bad request. Okay. What is this 400, guys? Bad request. Everyone type in the chat box. 400 is bad request. Everyone type 400 bad request in the chat box so that you can remember. These are important status codes, guys. So you have to remember 400. Okay. 400 means bad request. So I'll give you an example of the bad request, guys. Okay. 400 bad request means when you will get this thing, the server cannot or will not process the request due to something that is perceived due to the client error. Example, malformed request syntax, invalid request message framing, okay, or deceptive request routing. Okay, a lot of examples may come here. Lot of examples may come here, guys, but I'm going to take one example for you. For example, malformed request syntax, invalid request messaging, framing, etc. Example, mistake in the request body. You see, a lot of things will be there. You are sending a wrong request. Let's say I need to send a request where in that I'm just, you know, okay, it's not coming. So just let me, yeah, here. Mistake in request body. I'll remove comma or something. So I'll go to the request.in. I'll go to the request.in and create an example for you. In the request.in first, I'll go here and get an API key because I need to add the API key first before doing anything. Okay, I'll just go here, click on plus, and in that place, I'll just click on headers and just add this API key, and I'll just come back here and copy the value, go back to the API request. Then here, I'll just change it to post, and here I'll give a API request URL. Okay, I'll give a API request URL that is uh, okay, maybe this one or what is the example I was taking there? Login or something. Just give me a second. In register. Okay, you can take anything. That's okay. I'll go with open new and it's a copy this and here there's a post one. I'll just select it to post and paste it. Okay, once I pasted that, I have to go to the body and select raw and select the JSON here and here I need to paste it. When I paste it, I'll copy this. I'll copy this, guys, and paste it here. And intentionally, I'll remove this comma. Intentionally, I'm removing this comma and clicking on send button. What is coming is, am I getting 400 bad requests? The server could not understand the request, maybe a bad syntax. The reason behind that is you are missing comma here. Okay. So something you have done wrong here at the request side where, for example, okay, malformed request you are sending, you are not sending the request in a proper way. In that case, if the server will respond you saying bad request, I cannot process this request because you are not asking in a proper way. Okay, you are not sending the request in a proper way. Again, if I put comma and send, we'll get 200. Okay, clear everyone? 400 bad request is clear. As simple as removing this comma will give me 400 bad requests. Simple. Okay. If I'm doing some mistake in the request side and sending it to server treats this is not a correct way of asking me. You ask me in a proper format, I'll give you the response. But whatever you're asking me is not in a proper way. Try to change your thing and then ask me, I'll process you. I'm not able to understand. I'm not able to understand what you're asking. It's a bad request. They're saying, okay. Let's say you are going to the tea stall and asking for something like tea, but you are from a different language. You don't know how to ask for tea and ta or something you are saying. Okay, ta something you are saying in your language, but the tea stall person is not understand. He's asking you to ask properly. Okay, so that is 400 bad request. Otherwise, if you have to take the real world example, okay, fine. Then 401, 403, 404 are also there. 401 means unauthorized. If you are giving the invalid authentication credentials, you will get unauthorized. 401 is what? Unauthorized. Okay. 401 is unauthorized. 401 means unauthorized. Okay. The credentials. So let's try this. I don't know whether I'll get this or not, but I'll try my level best. Okay. So here I'll just put it as post and go to the request.in. Again, the same. Okay. First I'll go here and then copy this. From the headers, I'll copy this. I'll copy this API key and API X hyphen API key. Okay, sorry, not here. I'll go to headers and here, sorry, here I'll say X hyphen API hyphen key. Like this I'll add and here I'll put post and request is something like this. So login request, where is the login request? Login. And here some credentials are there. I'll just take this request, guys. I'll take this login request, copy this, paste it here. And after I paste that there, I'll go to the body, raw, JSON, and I'll give the credentials here. What are the credentials I need to give, guys? These are the credentials for login. Copy these credentials and give it here. So here proper email and password are there. When I click on send, you see token has been created with 200. Okay, but what if I give some invalid credentials like invalid password, like instead of the city, okay, I'll give 1 2 3 4 5 and click on send. What is happening? Still I'm getting the same. Give a different email address. 400 bad request is coming. Why it's 400 bad request? It's correct only. You see, you may not always get, here error is properly coming. User not found is coming. Okay. User not found or unauthorized should come, but here 401 should come. You see, I told you, right? Things may not have happen ideally. Okay. So let's find out in ChatGPT and all, like what exactly we'll do the research on ChatGPT. So four not, what was that, guys? Four not, 400 bad request is coming instead of 401 unauthorized, authorized, 401 unauthorized. Okay. When I use post method having request as this one, as this one with invalid, with unauthorized, authorized credentials in the request JSON body as, copy this. Let's see. You see, the key here is how the server is intentionally designed. Let's clarify. Okay. Your request was syntactically correct or logically invalid. In that case, 400 should come. Okay. Missing fields, input email format, non-existing user, whatever it may be. Unauthorized, you are not authorized, missing invalid token or credentials. Okay, token required and all. Okay. With valid credentials, 200 is coming. With invalid credentials, 400 bad request is coming. User not found is coming. So 400 is by design, not a bug. Okay, so you see, even though we are expecting 401, but we are getting 400 here in this example. But can we consider it as a bug? We cannot consider this. That is how it is designed, guys. That is how it is designed. Okay, without API key, that is coming as 401. Okay. The service doesn't treat invalid credentials as unauthorized. Okay. Okay, so maybe that is a thing. Okay. So let me ask more details about that. But what about the API key? If we use wrong, okay, so you are saying the API key, right? Let's make it wrong intentionally. Hyphen XYZ. Now click on send. Then we are getting 401 unauthorized. Okay. When I'm using API key, we are using wrong. Say as instead of the correct one, that is V1. Okay. Okay. 401 unauthorized invalid API key is coming in that example, right? Okay. So do we do we generally get this 401 only for bad API key or wrong credentials in the request? You need valid authentication credentials, and the ones you sent are missing or incorrect. Okay. Authentication is required and fails is missing. In that case only you will get, but in this case we are getting. Okay, so invalid username password also should get unauthorized, but we are not getting. So in this example, we are getting as part of API key we are getting, but credentials we are not getting. That's okay. Token is missing or credentials are missing or okay in different ways. API key is missing or credentials are wrong or token is missing. You may get this. You may get this 401 unauthorized access, but in this case we are not getting anything. We are getting this. For invalid API key, we are getting 401 unauthorized access, but in case of invalid credentials also, we should get 401 unauthorized, but not ideal. It's not a defect though. If it comes, that is perfectly developed by the developers, developed by the developers. But if not, also we should be okay. If you are getting 400 also, it's okay. Fine then. The next one, let's ask this ChatGPT. Can you give me an example? Can you give me an example to try in ChatGPT? Sorry, to try in Postman, the API request, which results in 401 unauthorized response status code. Okay, on providing in wrong credentials. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is an endpoint example they are giving, guys. Okay, how to use this? You have to use get method. Get okay. So basic authorization, username, password. Go to the author. Let's use this. Click on plus. Click on get here. Paste it. Authorization. In the authorization, use basic authorization and give the username and password as user pass, which are invalid. I think so. Okay, if I give user pass, which are valid, I think so. 200 okay. They are saying. Click on send and see what is happening. Is 200 okay is coming? Yes. Authenticated true. Okay. To get 401 unauthorized, give something wrong password you give. Copy this. I give wrong password here. Click on send button. Now 401 unauthorized is coming. That's correct. Okay. That's correct. Clear everyone? Everyone clear with 401 unauthorized? I'm explaining with all the examples, guys. You see, it's very difficult to find examples, but with the help of ChatGPT and all, we're able to resolve this easily. Okay. Otherwise, you have to do Google searching and go to each and every URL, and a lot of time will be taken. But with the ChatGPT, right, we are learning a lot. Okay. It's simplifying the way of searching the required examples and all. Okay. So explanation is being given and some examples are also being given, guys. And I'll be sharing you this ChatGPT link. Don't worry. So this 400 is over. 401 is also over. Okay. Clear everyone? Everyone clear with 400 and 401 now? Bad request and unauthorized is clear. With invalid credentials, with invalid API key, with invalid, you know, tokens, everything will generally get 401. Clear? Any questions here? Otherwise, is clear or not clear? Just type in the chat box so that I can understand whether you're following or not. Okay, great. Fine. Then 403 is forbidden. Okay, 403 is forbidden means the credentials are correct only, but you are not, you don't have access to do the things. For example, you don't have the admin permissions to delete a employee from the your office website. Let's say there is an office website where as a normal employee, you cannot go and delete another employee record, right? You will be able to log into your office website, but you cannot go and delete another employee record in your office website. Okay, who can do? The one who is having the admin permissions. Okay, they can do it, but not as a normal employee account. You cannot delete another employee account's credentials, right? Account, right? So in that case, if a normal user account is able to, normal employee is going to trying to access a delete functionality and trying to delete the other employee from from the company website, employee company website, then the result maybe you will not be able to do and you may get this 403 forbidden. It's very rare to find this again. In real time, it's very rare to find this 403 forbidden, but it's okay. We should be learning. Okay, 403 forbidden. 403, you are not authorized to do that. Okay, you don't have access. Forbidden. Okay. 403 forbidden access. You don't have access otherwise. Okay, you don't have the access to request this. Okay, you don't have the access to this to do this. Okay, from the UI point of view you cannot do, but from the API point of view, API view, you can actually do that, right? So if you give some credentials of some another account and who doesn't have the access to do that kind of activity and should be forbidden, you will be getting 403 forbidden. Okay, I don't have an example for 403 forbidden, but let's try that out in the chat GPT and find out. Okay, 403 forbidden. Okay, let's search like this and let's see. You see, from the previous context in ChatGPT will understand. I don't have to write a detailed prompt because whatever the conversation so far I'm having with ChatGPT can understand the context and I don't have to ask a detailed question now. Okay, it can understand what I'm trying to expect from him. Okay, if not, I'll write a proper prompt later. Okay, let's now explore HTTP 403 forbidden with a real world example, a real example, API example. You can try in Postman. Okay, it means you are authenticated, but you are not allowed to access this authenticated but not authorized kind of stuff. Okay, the server understands who you are. For example, a real world example what I can give you here is, okay, you generally go to a company. Let's say you are working in a company, you generally have an ID card. If you go, if you show the ID card at the entrance gate of the office, right, the security guard will allow you to enter into the office. But after entering into the office and once you go and sit at your cubicle where your workplace is there, you can work, but there is server room that only the IT team can go and enter into the server room. You are not allowed. If you take that ID card and show it to the server room, and you will not be given the access. Okay, so you are forbidden to go into the server room. Okay, you don't have the permissions to, as an employee, you cannot go and go inside the server room. Only the IT team can go into the server room. Let's say. Okay, that is the example of the 403 forbidden. Okay, in the real world, you don't have permissions to access that server room. You can check into the company, you have the credentials, but you cannot access it. Okay, you don't have the permissions or something. So we'll simulate a 403 using public endpoint that checks API key or an authorization scope. Example one. Okay, I don't know whether it works or not. Get method is there. They have given some example, guys. Customers example. Okay, some token authorization with the bearer token we are using. Click send, and here forbidden invalid API key. Here forbidden it is saying. Let's try this out. Click on plus and I'll just click on get here. A lot of examples I'm giving, guys, while explaining all these API concepts, HTTP status codes, lot of API requests we are already hitting. You are getting some confidence here. This is how we need to learn, guys. Okay, there is no other way of learning the APIs. Okay, this is what is the actual thing you have to learn. What is the actual knowledge you should have. I can say that people who are actually performing testing of the APIs may not have the knowledge of APIs also. Okay, they will be randomly going there and performing the testing of the APIs, guys. Okay, they may not have the proper knowledge that I'm actually training you today. Okay, teaching you today or in the previous sessions or whatever it is. People actually work blindly. Okay, but in these sessions we are also having the knowledge, and so that you'll not be able to capable of working in the real time, but also when you attend the interviews you'll be able to give the proper answers, okay, for the people. So get is there, authorization will go, and here bearer token is there, go and give the token. You see there are different ways of getting authorized using JSON body credentials, JSON body request body. In that username password you can give authorization, you can give basic authentication. A lot of ways are there. All these are the different way to authorize. Okay, if some credentials or some authorization is required to authenticate, we have to give any of these items. Okay, in this case token also we are trying now. Click on send button. 401 is coming still. Okay, 401 unauthorized is coming. Okay, this is the one I am giving, right? sk test underscore click send. 403 forbidden is not coming. 401 unauthorized. Okay, logged in but not allowed, valid token but no access. Okay, so would you like to, what they are saying in the response, what you will get? They are saying expected response. They are saying like this. But here, would you like a mock 403 example? You can test locally or simulate in backend like Express or Fly. I am getting 401 still with this, with the above, with this example, with the given example. Can you give some example where I can get 403 instead? Okay. Okay. So API, private repo name, bearer token. Okay. So I need to try this in real time. It looks like, okay. Test setup in use GitHub API to access a private repo that you don't own. Okay. So provide a valid personal access token, bearer token, enter a valid token, but it, it either doesn't have access to the repo or has. Okay, so fine. Example safe to try for 403 is this one. Okay, so post and here with proper GitHub return without proper. Okay, fine. Let's go here and click on plus. I'll just say post, right? That is post they are saying, and I have to give this and go to the authorization and they are giving both. Click on send. What is coming? 404 not found is coming. 404 without proper. Okay, so let's go here and give basic authentication. I'll just invalid things. I'll give. Let's see. Still, I'm getting the same. Anyone? This one? Okay. So let's try other ones. One more example is given here. Let's give a try. Mock endpoint is there. Copy this. I'll try this. If not, I'll try other ones. Okay. URL. Okay. Give something. Just hit the URL and send it. Still not getting. Response code body. Body you have to give this. Okay. Response body that is. Okay. What is this actually? Copy this. Let's try this one. Chetan has given this. Let's see. Click on send. 403 forbidden. 403 forbidden. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you need to understand the concept. Getting a real time example is kind of not clearly. So I'm not able to give a proper example where I want an example where you should have the valid credentials, but you should not have the access. Here, I'm not even giving the credentials, right? There is a problem. Okay. I want to give the credentials which are valid, but we should not be authorized. Should not have the access. Can you can you give an example for of API request which will result in 3 not sorry 4 not 3 forbidden forbidden with valid credentials but don't have access. This is what I want. Okay, we need to try this with GitHub personal access token. We have to try all these ways, guys. Okay. Okay. I'll go to this GitHub settings token. I have a GitHub account, right? Let me go there and try this out. Let me click on that. So personal access generate new token is coming. I'll be deleting this token after this example. I need to give the authentication key. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay, did I get any personal access token I need? Let's try this out. Generate token. Okay, Aruna, I'll say. Generate token. Generate token. Let's see whether it will generate a token. Yes, it has created a token here. I'll copy this token. Okay, I created a token here. Let's try this out. So I need to try to access a repository which I don't have the access to. Okay, let's say this is one of the example. I'll copy this. Go here. Click on plus. Okay, one example of the GitHub repository which I don't have the access. I'll just use get method and paste this and go to the authorization tab. In that authorization tab, bearer token. Just give bearer token and here I need to paste the token. I think so. Okay, go to the what is a GitHub. In GitHub just now I created a token, right? I'll just go back to the GitHub there. Yeah, this is the token. I'll copy and come back here and paste the token here. Okay, then click on send. 403 forbidden. Resource not accessible by personal access token. I think this is a perfect example. Right, guys? Clear? Everyone clear with this example? I have the access to the GitHub account, but this is a private account, private repository of a different GitHub user. Okay, private repository of a different user. Though I will be able to log into the GitHub, but private repositories of some repositories of the GitHub, I cannot access. Right? If I own, I can access. If I don't own, I cannot access. Okay, GitHub repositories of some other user I am trying to access with my credentials, which is not possible. And they are on the top of that, they are private. Clear everyone with this? GitHub example is clear for you? You see, whatever the repositories I have, I own them. Okay, whatever the repositories I have on GitHub, I'll just delete this, guys. I'll just delete this token so that no one can misuse my account. Okay, so if I go back here and these are my repositories, guys. Okay, in the GitHub account, there's an application. In the GitHub account, I have some repository. I own them. I have the permissions to access them. If they are public, anyone can access them. But assume that there is one other person who is created a repository which is kind of not public, it is private, but I'm trying to access with my credentials. Is it possible? Without having their credentials, can I access their private GitHub repositories? No, right? So that was the attempt we have done. For that, we have got 403 forbidden thing. Resource not accessible per personal access token. Clear everyone? Everyone clear or any confusions here with this example? I'm trying my level best to give you all the examples of each and every HTTP status codes. Guys, you are able to understand and are the things getting clear for you? Are you able to gain the knowledge one by one? It's very difficult to find the status codes, but somehow we are able to find today and get the things done. Guys, able to understand? Is it clear? Just type C in the chat box if you are clear. Okay, fine. So next one is 404 not found. Okay. Today I'll be ending with this 404, guys. I'll not take more. Okay. I'll stop here. Remaining things I'll continue in the next session. Remaining HTTP status codes I'll continue in the next session. Today this is the last one for today. Okay. 404 not found is last one for today. So we'll go slow. No need to hurry up. 404 not found. When the endpoint is not found in the server, modify the request URL to discover this. I can give this example. The last one here is 404 not found. 404 not found. Okay, the request is not found. Okay, this particular API request is not serviceable by the server because that endpoint not endpoint that particular API request endpoint cannot hit any point on the server and can get a response back. Okay, so what I will do here is I'll just take something for request.in. Okay, I'll take something from like get or something. I'll do just open new tab. So let me close all this stuff and I'll just open this one here. Copy this. So I'll just go here, click on plus and get. Okay, so this is the correct one. If I click on send, I'll get a response here. Okay, missing API key. I just need to go to the API key and give it first. First, I need to give the API key, guys. Okay, otherwise things will not work. I'll just go here, copy this API key, go here and paste it. Then I'll go with this API value and paste it. Now click on send. Now you see everything is working fine. I got a proper response. 200 OK is coming. What if here I'm modifying the URL in such a way that this particular endpoint will result in a wrong endpoint for which the server cannot process. Getting my point, guys? Here, intentionally, I'm modifying this particular text in between the API request URL so that when I hit this URL, this request need to reach the server and server will search for this any endpoint, any possibility that this endpoint can run some code on my on the server. Server will not be able to find such entry level for this endpoint because this is a wrong endpoint, and it will not be able to process this because it doesn't have any service to be done. Okay, it cannot serve this kind of process. You went to a hotel and you are asking for some item which doesn't exist at the hotel. What will happen? The server who is actually serving the food will say that we only serve these items, guys. We don't have this item, right? Same thing here also. Okay, you went to a hotel and you are requested one item which doesn't which will not be served at the hotel. The hotel people will respond you saying that we don't serve that, sir, here. Okay, try another hotel kind of stuff. Click on send and you see 404 not found. We don't have that item at our hotel. Okay, like that server is saying that this particular service is not available with us. We cannot give you a proper response. 404 not found will come. Clear, everyone? Everyone clear with all this API requests of 3x series and 4x series? Partially half of them important ones I covered, guys. Important 400 things I covered here. Less important ones are also there, but these are enough. But I'll also cover this in the next session. Less important things of 400 4x series also I'm going to cover other, but this one you have to remember. Okay, this one for knowledge purpose only. Then I'll cover 500 and we'll be done with HTTP status codes in the next sessions. Okay, guys, this is all for today. This is all for today. So this is all about the HTTP status codes for 3x series and 4x series. Important status code in 4x series I completed today. Okay. In the next session, remaining HTTP status codes I'll cover. Till then, you can take care. Okay. So I'll be posting this in the Telegram group. You can take the notes from there. Okay, done. Any questions, guys? Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions here? Before we wind up today's session, anyone have any questions? Okay. Yeah, I'll cover everything. Yeah, I covered it during the explanation only, right? Authentication and all I covered, right? A lot of different type of, you see, you can go deep into this API testing with different authentications and all, authorizations and all. Okay, so a lot of features will be there. So let's see, like I have some, okay, some more sessions coming up. Okay, I'll try to cover them. Okay, if not covered completely in these sessions, I'll be covering the upcoming sessions for you. You will get all these things, Atul, from your developer. Okay, developer will give you some documentation, right? API documentation, right? All the information like how to pass the tokens, everything will be there. In the authorization, you have to go there and select the proper token or whatever it is and give the value. That's it. Okay, you don't have to break your head for that. You have seen the Postman tool, right? You have seen the Postman tool, right? You see, in real time, what happens is you will get the documentation. Okay, in the documentation, you will be clearly given the instructions like with author which authorization type you need to use, how to give the values. Everything will be given to you in the documentation. Okay, so you can try out them. Okay, so if required, I may cover, but I think I have already covered that. Okay, Chetan, clear? I already have covered this authorization, right? Already have covered this. Yeah, a lot of things will be there. You can try them out. Okay, you can just use ChatGPT and try all these examples. You'll get it. Okay, I don't have to explain, but I'll try my level best in the upcoming sessions. If required, I'll try that. Okay, with the explanation I've given, you should be able to try all these examples, right? I cannot spoon feed everything. Just go and use ChatGPT and try. Give an example for API request, using which I can try this no basic authentication, bearer token, JWT error, digest authentication, all these varieties you try. You'll get all the stuff. Okay. It's not a difficult thing. It's very easy things, guys. Okay. You can try it by yourself. Is that okay, Chetan? Can you try? Try that out, guys. Okay. Don't depend on everything for me. Okay. I cannot explain everything, right? I can only explain the gist and show you the direction, and maximum I'll try my level best to cover the important things. But there will be something that Swagger is a API documentation, Rakesh. If you have not attended the previous session, go and watch the previous recording, Rakesh. Okay, already covered that in the sessions. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Any other questions? Do we have to write code in body like we copy paste from requests? I didn't get that, Chetan. What you are saying? What you are exactly asking? Do we have to write code in body means which body? In this body? In this body, we have to provide this JSON JavaScript code. You can write if you want. Okay, you can write JavaScript code. There are different ways. You see how to utilize all these options, many varieties, but most of the cases will give JSON. Okay, here we can write. Yeah, tester need to write. You see, tester is not, we will not develop. We are not the developers. We are not going to develop these APIs. But how to test this APIs? For that, if some code we need to write, we have to copy paste. That's okay. We have to write. You don't have to learn the coding part. All the documentation will be given to you. At least you are able to understand the code. That's more than enough, right? So most of the cases will give the JSON request body, not the code. Okay. I'm just saying. If you're asking me, I'm saying that we can enter that script into that. Okay. But don't worry about the Postman tool and coding part. We'll see the coding in Rest Assured. Okay, Rest Assured automation is where we have to apply our coding skills. Don't worry about Postman. Postman will learn only for manual purpose. Okay, automation will not use Postman. Will not be learning Postman for automation purpose, though it is possible. But we'll use Rest Assured. Okay, for automation purpose. Don't worry about that. Okay, only the options. What options are there in the Postman? You see, in order for you to understand the Postman, you should have the knowledge of the basic actual fundamental knowledge of the APIs you should have, right? That's what is the thing. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to cover up. Without I teach you all the fundamentals of the APIs, no matter how many tools you use in the market, there is no use. Be good with fundamentals first. Okay, that's the reason I'm covering the APIs, API concepts, and HTTP status codes, HTTP methods, many things I covered so far, right? So a lot of things I covered from the beginning, and terminology I covered. Hope you should be confident by this time, and should be able to explore all the topics by yourself. Okay, you don't have to depend on me anymore. But I'll be taking more sessions on this API slowly. Okay, because more of the sessions that will be coming later will be additional sessions from here onwards. Okay, so few one or two more sessions. After that, all the additional topics will be coming. All the research we'll be doing on the fly. Okay, that's the thing. That's the story. Okay, any other questions? Anyone? Anyone have any other questions? I'll be explaining more topics, don't worry. I'll not be leaving you here with API testing, will not be end. We'll be continuing with API testing going ahead also. But let's see how it goes, okay? In that code, we'll be changing some parameters in order to get some 400 errors. I didn't get that, Venkat, what you are saying. Which code you are saying? Which code you are saying, Venkat? Okay, reply to Patil, you are saying the. Okay, fine, no problem. Okay, guys, any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, then. That's all for today. Let's meet tomorrow onwards. Again, the Selenium Java sessions, Java for Selenium sessions will continue. Okay. So we'll be going to the remaining topics of Java for Selenium. That will be continued tomorrow. Again, next weekend we'll meet on 28 and 29. We'll continue the API testing. Okay. Fine then. That's all for today, guys. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.